Oh, ladies and gentlemen, have we just been given the storyline for the next in-game event, which should be Uprising 2.0? Could it be a Reyes Reaper-focused Blackwatch event? Oh, Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and Jeff has been active on the forums, and he posted this. Reaper is absolutely central to the game's story. We're excited to reveal more about his worldview and and who he is as a person. Sorry that these things take time to develop. We're moving as fast as we can. What could that mean? Why would Jeff specifically talk about Reaper on the forums unless Reaper is at the forefront of his mind, because potentially this is the next in-game event and it focuses on Reaper? This could be Uprising 2.0. It could also be Blackwatch focused. Remember, we got Moira. Moira is part of, well, she was kind of part of Blackwatch, but I think she was more involved with talent. We know she was part of Overwatch. We know that she was heavily frustrated and she wasn't able to conduct her ridiculous experiments, because Moira is not inherently evil. She just doesn't care about the law. She has no moral, well, she's just got no ethics. She's a doctor without any ethics. She will do tests. She will do experiments on you. She doesn't care. That's why she joined Blackwatch, because Blackwatch operates outside of the law. But let me take you through this in this video, because this is actually quite complex. So the first place I want to start is the pre-Omnic crisis. This is how Reaper, or Gabriel Reyes at the time, let's just call him Reyes from now on, came to meet Jack Morrison. They were both part of the Soldier Enhancement Program. They both came together and they were essentially the commanders of what was Overwatch then, although it wasn't exactly called Overwatch right then, at least we don't think it was. They were commanders of strike teams and they were sent in to clean up the Omnics. Of course, this unit ultimately became Overwatch. Now, we know this from a few sources. If you look at the Blackwatch Reyes skin in-game, now this was a pre-order skin. Like back when the game launched, if you pre-ordered the special edition or the extended edition, I forget what it was called. It was basically the deluxe edition of the game. You would get this skin. And there's a little bit of blurb, and it says, Gabriel Reyes was the leader of the original Overwatch strike team during the Omnic crisis. So we know that, as I just kind of explained. And later commanded the Blackwatch, the organization's covert ops division. So at no point did Reyes become a commander of Overwatch itself. Now, we believe this kind of pissed off Reyes quite a bit, because we think because Morrison played such a key role in the strike teams, and so did Reyes. Morrison, though, was given the command of Overwatch by the UN above Reyes, because Morrison displayed more sort of leadership qualities, whereas Reyes was more of a very effective soldier, probably a better soldier than Morrison was, but Morrison was much better at organizing with, I presume, military tactics and stuff like that. So he was given control of Overwatch, and we think this caused Reaper to, well, Gabriel Reyes to be, well, I'm going to use it again, pissed off, because he wanted that job, or at least to have been on the same sort of level, but he wasn't given that position. So what about Blackwatch? Well, what they actually ended up doing was giving Reyes control of Blackwatch. Now, Blackwatch is the covert ops unit of Overwatch. Now, this is the unit that would go in and do the dirty work, go and do the stuff behind the scenes, because Overwatch was this clean organization. It's like the world police in a way, right? They cleaned up the Omnic crisis. Now, with the Omnics gone, they're sort of dealing with other political issues. However, Gabriel, with his Blackwatch unit, they don't actually exist in the law. So they kind of, well, within the law, like LAW law, not LORE law, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have to listen to, they don't have legal restrictions, so they can do what they like. And this makes Reyes kind of a bit of a loose cannon, and this is causing issues, more issues with actual Overwatch, or between Jack and Reyes, because when you go back and you look at the fact that Reyes was passed over for leadership by Jack, then this, like, there's a lot of friction between these two characters, so it's going to come to a head. Anyway, Blackwatch is formed. Reaper, or Reyes, he's not Reaper just yet, so Reyes is in charge of this unit, and they get stuck into various covert operations. So this image is taken from the Moira origin story. Now, what she actually says at this portion in the video is, law, or I had restrictions, and then I found a bunch of guys, this is totally ad-libbed, that don't have any restrictions. So I'm like, cool, I'll join up with these guys, because I don't want any restrictions. I want to get on with my awesome genetic experiments. You can see Reyes there extending his hand like, hey, come and join us, Moira. We know you're a talented doctor. You're a talented scientist, a talented geneticist. Come and work with us because there's no law here. You can do whatever the hell you like. I mean, look at them. It's Reyes. It's Genji, who's admittedly been built by Mercy, but that was more so to try and save his life rather than turn him into a cyborg killer machine that he became. And then you've got McCree, which I don't think at this point McCree's got his mechanical arm or his robotic arm, so we don't know what happens there. Maybe that'll be part of this event. We don't know. And then we get this. And this was the big sort of, wow, what's going on here moment. It's very obvious if you look at the colours that they're using here on Moira, that Moira is being painted as the evil Mercy. She's got a Blackwatch uniform on there. It's red, yeah, it's black. It's Mercy's sort of design. It doesn't have the angelic wings on, but she is clearly the Mercy, the main medic, the main field doctor for the Blackwatch unit. But look at what she's doing to Reyes. She's like, hey, I'm going to give you some fancy genetic goodness because there's no law, and I can do this. Now, I think Reyes, because he was part of the soldier enhancement program, is obviously super strong, but he's got rapid healing abilities, probably. He's got other sort of abilities, and it looks like what Moira is doing is trying to bring those abilities forward, amplify those abilities, and make him more powerful, but obviously it has some shocking side effects. So then we pretty much get Reaper how he is kind of today, but what the hell happened with Overwatch? How did it all end? Well, what we believe is a large sort of fight broke out inside the Overwatch headquarters in Switzerland. We believe Overwatch were against Blackwatch, and it was a massive fight. The facility gets destroyed, and in all of this, everybody suspects that Morrison and Gabriel are dead. Of course, we know they're not dead because Morrison survives because, well, he's Soldier 76, and then Gabriel Reyes becomes Reaper and ultimately joins up with Talon. Now, the question is, maybe this could be one, or this could actually be the event. So in my head, I've got a couple of proposals, not proposals, but a couple of guesses at what I think this event could be. So the first one is we are in the Overwatch headquarters and we get to play out the fight between Overwatch and Blackwatch. Now, I don't know how they will do this because obviously, in fact, I say I don't know how they do this. Maybe it'll just be a straight up team-based game against each other. It won't involve PvE. It'll just be like two teams against each other. One's Overwatch, one is Blackwatch, and you just go at it and just see who wins. Because if you look at the teams, you can actually form really good four-man teams. Like, you've got Moira, she's the healer, Moira versus Mercy, Morrison versus Reaper. You know, you can see, you could put Genji versus Tracer or something like that. You know, you can really build easy teams. So that maybe might be what we're going down the path of, where we get a beautiful Overwatch headquarter map, and then we sort of have a fight in there, and that, I think that would be super cool. The other thing is we get to see Blackwatch on an operation. Now, this could be the way they go. Now, one thing that kind of miffs me off with Overwatch lore is it's so slow at developing, and it's got holes in it all over the place. It is literally this time last year when we got the Uprising event that we got the first sort of bit of past lore, and that only took place, I believe, 7 years ago. It's 7 or 6 years ago from the current timeline, and we've had nothing since then to develop the story, and that's not even really developing the story, because again, they're telling us stories in the past. We need to know what is going on now in the future with Overwatch. Still, I think it would be super cool if we did get a Blackwatch versus Overwatch type of mission scenario. What I want you guys to do in the comments below is, as ever, go totally wild with speculation. How do you think this could play out? What options do you think we're going to get, or the devs are going to use? Do you think they're going to give us a PvE mode? Do you think it's just going to be another Overwatch mission? I think I would be quite disappointed if it just suddenly came out to be, oh, another Overwatch mission from the past, and really nothing else has kind of happened. But yeah, we're using PvE. Yeah, you know what, you guys know I like PvE and I want to see loads of PvE, but if they just give us that again, it'll feel a little bit like, oh, not this again. So it has to be something new. God forbid we end up in the situation of Junkenstein's Revenge, which was essentially the same event again. We don't want that. That is no good. If we get that again, I'm going to be super disappointed. I know a lot of you guys out there will be disappointed as well. I think though, or I hope though, because Jeff has posted on the forums specifically talking about Reaper, specifically saying he's he's integral to the story, he's the centerpiece of the story. That must mean we are going to get an event based on Reaper, which might show us how he becomes Reaper, or might show us how the rift forms between Overwatch and Blackwatch, or maybe it's just a Reaper mission. We just don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Stylosa, and this is Unit Lost. As I just said, go crazy in the comments below with wild speculation. We do love these videos. We do like to try and work out what is going on with the development of the game. Hopefully, this will be a really good event. Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, I will catch you guys on the next one. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming. You can follow me on Instagram as well, which is instagram.com/Stylosa. Join the Discord, which is discord.gg/UnitLost. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Toodaloo.